her presentation. But yeah, that was really clear, wasn't it? Well,
yeah, I think because that was not a recount. That was more thinking as I was talking. You know, it was I hadn't done that before.
Right. Okay.
I wonder if part of your buzz with this, you said the people sat around were all professional, all established professionals.
They are.
But so are you, and maybe you just felt a step closer to that. Is that not just, but you did feel a step closer to that? Is that, I'm trying to gauge where you're coming from on this? Because from what you've described, I would have thought, yeah, Sandra would do that. But maybe it's like you didn't know you could, and now you do.
I would do.
What you described sounds like the sort of thing I would expect you to do, from what I know of you. But you seem to almost think you didn't think you could do it, and then you did, and you proved it to yourself. Is that right?
I think there is that there's a slight insecurity in me that makes me feel that other people are I don't know, perhaps that's not better than me, but just they've travelled different roads than me. They're obviously I don't know, I mean, that audience there, it was teachers, it was a paediatrician, nurses, so you've got all different walks of life there, and all different professional qualifications.
You know, Kate,
for me, I've always been, well, in here, an admin officer, right? And there is that stigma. People do say, oh, only admin. They do say it, and although there's other people that say, only admin? We'd be sunk without you. You know, but there is still that stigma, and I think with, for me, this sort of new title as personal assistant, I think that has helped a little bit more, but it's just given me a little taster that is, well, perhaps, yes, it's still an admin role, but Nigel's trying to give me that sort of, the authority to be a bit,
I'm getting some resistance.
To be a bit more on what?
Trying to give you the authority.
What, with coming into the meeting?
My PA, and you say, oh, but I need to, and other people, I need to answer the phones. It's really interesting trying to push you up like this. You're feeling heavy. Sorry. No,
it's yes, but
I think I have my discipline.
You know, within our setup, within the admin, we've got this system with phones, so you're always accountable within, or I am, all the phones, we're all sort of linked. So I'm not with them, but I am with them in some things, and that does pull me back. It's almost like I feel almost guilty to the team, although I'm not part of the team anymore, but I feel guilty if I'm taken out to go to a meeting, because I feel someone else has to take my phone. So there's a little bit of holding back. And while I'm I don't know what I was going to say, loving it in a meeting, you said that then, that was a big buzz for me. That meeting, it became a big buzz. When I was walking down the office coming into the meeting, I was thinking, oh, what's this going to be like? And yeah, my stomach was doing somersaults when I was coming in. I was thinking, what if they shut me down? What if it's, well, no, we want Nigel here. There was that risk. I mean, they could have said,
he was running late.
I know. You physically,
5 minutes late.
You physically weren't in the building, and I knew that. And I thought, well, I'm not.
Only by 5 minutes.
Excuse me, Sandra, would you have done it if Nigel had been here? Would you have still come to the meeting?
Yeah, because he made me.
I'd have dragged her down the corridor.
He said, you're doing it. He said at the start of the week. Every week now we have a 20-minute get-together where we discuss the month ahead. So he more or less the week before said, right, you can see that ADHD planning meeting coming up, and he said, about the week before, he said, I'm not going to that, you are. And I was initially, why? He said, no, I don't need to go to that. That's not a good use of my time. You are the one that's best placed for that one. You're doing it, you're pulling it together, you come in there. And I thought, initially I thought, can't I? I went through all these silly little emotions through the week, and I tried to rationalise it and say, it's just a meeting, it's just a planning meeting. What's the worst that can happen? I go in there, my mind goes blank, and I think, I don't know how to do this, I'm sorry, and I stand up and I walk out. That's the worst. That's the worst scenario. I sit in there and I can't relate to these people. And that was on my panic days then, on the approach. And then another time I'd sit and think, well, hey, I'm going in and I'm going to offer some advice as to how to pull this together. I am the one that is relating to the schools and preparing this conference. So they've got to be interested in what I'm saying because they want me to pull this together. So I thought, we're all on the same side. I'm going to go in there. It's going to be okay. I had my little Bible, my little book that I've been reading, my definitive guide as to what to do, and that's very, it's lovely actually, because it does say in there sometimes the boss will put you in a very difficult or could be awkward situation. He may want you to represent him in certain situations, and it said, but you can do this, you can grasp this concept, you can do it. And I read that so many times in the night before, thinking, this is going to be okay. And this, that morning I thought, I'm going to go in. I've got two Nigels not here, and I can do it.
Sandra,
and I just walked
sorry, Jack,
in. It's my lovely book.
You refer to that book as your Bible.
It is.
For me, you see, you must have real respect for the author, because when I pick up these books, I just think, who is this bloke? Why should I value what it says? I don't even know him. I don't even know that if I was stuck in traffic, if you let me out into the flow of traffic, you might just completely ignore me, You might never buy me a drink in a pub. You might not be the sort of person I
think
want
actually
to.
because it is well written, and this author, this lady, Sue France, she's part. It's the Times. It's part. She has been a secretary, personal assistant. She's progressed to executive assistant.
Yeah.
She knows all the loopholes,
She's ticked all the boxes.
all things that could go wrong. And as I'm reading it, there's lots of things. Some of it is common sense, and there's lots of things within it that I think, I can relate to that. There's a lot of things in there that I have done.
Yeah.
I have done.
Relating to it is something I just can't do with my reading. And I don't know if you know, Kate's recently done her master's assignment. She got a distinction for it. I got 23%. I just can't do it. And the other thing is, I don't actually even want to, and it saps motivation as well. And
You don't want to.
I don't want to pick up these books and read them. There are books I enjoy reading, but they're nothing to do with this type of thing. They're like Schumacher's autobiography and that kind of stuff, because I understand that, and I know who he was and where he came from and why he would say things and stuff. But when it's just a random book, I find it hard. So
Yeah, but you relate to things like that then, so quite.
Yeah, but they're not so relevant to work. Whereas obviously what the book you found has really helped you.
Well, Nigel found the book, didn't you? And I didn't look at it and think, what's he saying? I mean, I could have said, why are you giving me that? Are you saying that I can't do this wrong? I need, well, like the PC books, it's an idiot's guide to
the Dummy's Guide for PNP.
To doing what I'm doing. I thought, I've been doing this, it's what I know. But no, I looked at that book and I thought, wow, and I started reading it. That author had my attention from first page, really. I read it and I thought, this